Every time I'm in the shower and turn up the water, before turning that up, I ask myself, what is one thing that I'm grateful for today? And I find this thought beautiful that the last thing that the world sees of me is a smile. And I actually developed this ritual with my partner. Welcome to today's Stream of Consciousness episode. Today, on the topic of the power of ritual, how small practices can connect you with your essence. I find this so beautiful to have these small kind of practices distributed throughout the day, and every now and then connect with them again and connect with my essence. And I would love to share with you a couple of things that I do that support me. So let's get started. First of all, I want to ask you, do you have any kind of rituals or practices that you do throughout the day that support you already in connecting with your essence? I believe that you have. Maybe you can take some time just to browse a little bit through your mind. Maybe there's something that comes up. Oh, yeah, right. This one thing I always do before breakfast. Or this one thing I do after brushing my teeth. Or whatever it is. So you can already use what's working for you and just be aware that, yes, this is actually a practice that supports me in connecting with my essence. And then there are many other things that you can also do. So you don't need to go to a 10-day meditation retreat to connect with your essence. I believe that it's something amazing to do. I invite everyone to try it. And at the same time, I love living a life where also small things can contribute and over time have a huge impact. So what I like to do, for example, and this again depends a little bit on your context and the situation that you find yourself in. It's different. For example, I don't have kids. If you are a parent and you have kids running around and a full day of work and so on and so forth, it's completely a different situation. And I just want to take this moment to acknowledge that. So take every impulse that inspires you, the rest, just leave it aside. Having that said, what I like to do in the morning is immediately after waking up, I go to my mat and just do some stretching. Just for a couple of minutes, some stretching. And that connects me with my essence in the sense that it connects me with my body. Because I realized that for many years, I would just wake up, try to get as quickly as possible to my laptop and start working. And the impact that that had on me that was that I sat down and I already felt stiff. And there's science, and it's also very easy to find out on an experiential basis that the posture influences your inner world experience. So if you tense up, contract all your muscles, and make a strange face that you're angry, the chances that you feel light and bright and inside will decline and decrease. And if you do something for your body where your body feels good, then also your spirit, if you want to call it that way, your inner world, whatever words you want to use, also has the chance to feel good and at home. So that's why I really like to just stretch in the morning a little bit so that I feel more open and more flexible, not only physically, but also emotionally, mentally throughout the day. That's one thing I like to do. Another thing I like to do is a tiny, beautiful ritual that I've now been doing probably for the last 10 to 15 years. I actually can't tell you. I'm not sure, but a very long time. And the thing that I do is it's quite funny and simple. So every time I'm in the shower and turn up the water, before turning that up, I ask myself, what is one thing that I'm grateful for today? And what was it today? Ah, today I was grateful, but that's a different, longer story. I was grateful that I yesterday discovered a new part that I have inside of myself. Probably I'm going to do an extra episode about that. But yeah, I discovered some kind of pattern inside myself to keep it very simple. And I'll probably do another episode just about that one. All right, that's something that I do. Often I'm also grateful for my health, for the health of other loved people around me, for a beautiful sunrise that I saw, for if I did a workout the evening before that I did some sports, that my body is feels strong to do that. So tiny things, but it's just like every day planting the seed, every day in the beginning of the day, kind of altering, shifting, modifying the lens through which I see the world. I find it so beautiful and strong. And then what I like to do, for example, after having a shower, I sit down to have a meditation. And in the beginning, when I started meditating, I did that for 3 minutes. And now I meditate for 12 minutes every day. And it's not so much the duration, the length. For me, it's a lot about just like the being, having the continuity, like every day sitting down and knowing that there's this moment, and even if it's just for 2 minutes, to connect with myself. So this is another ritual that I do every day that supports me in connecting with my essence. And then at the end, what I started 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, very beautiful as well. At the end of this meditation, I always try to relax all the muscles in my face, shoulders, and back. Take a breath and then grin and smile to myself with my eyes closed and say, I love myself. And I do this every day. And it might sound super cheesy. Maybe it is cheesy, I don't know. But I just know that I have like certain parts of myself, the one that I discovered actually yesterday or gave a name yesterday, that can be pretty harsh and hard on myself. So I have a strong inner critic that wants my best, but sometimes uses ways to express itself in a harmful way. So this practice of telling myself every day that I love myself is a practice that I started because I wanted to cultivate more self-compassion. So this is another small and very beautiful ritual that I do every day. And I can share another one with you. That one is probably the most cheesy one of all rituals, and I personally just love it. Um, it's at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, when going to bed, the lamp is close by, so it's just like in one arm length away, and I can turn off the light of the lamp while being in bed. And then what I do is that I smile, and with the smile, turn off the light. Because I want to, conclude this day, whatever happened throughout the day, in a beautiful way. And I find this thought beautiful that, like, the last thing that the world sees of me is a smile. And I actually developed this ritual with my partner, and we're now together for over 8 years, such a long time, 8.5 years maybe. And at one point, I just said that I would love to see her smile before turning off the light. So she smiled and I smiled, and then I turned off the light. And that's how it actually started, because I found it so beautiful that the last thing I see is her smiling. Super romantic, super cheesy. But I like it. I really enjoy it. And then afterwards, I actually, like, sometimes I found myself just being on my own somewhere. And I thought that I still wanted to continue this ritual because it connects me to this beautiful energy, and just like just smiling and turning off the light. Yeah, it's just something that I really love. All right. So there are so many other rituals that you can do in your day-to-day life. And there's no right or wrong one. There are just rituals that you enjoy doing, that you like to include in your day, that you find enriching and that connect you with your essence. And I hope this episode was inspiring for you. I hope you took something with you. And yeah, please let me know which type of rituals you also practice. And I would love to know if any one of you now has also implemented this ritual of smiling at night before turning off the light. So I'm looking forward to connecting with you in the next episode of Essence. And until then, all the best.